Hello, welcome to the Happy Families podcast. If you're like most families around the country, your kids are back at school now. Today should be day 3 if they're in the state schooling system and they didn't have student-free days and everything kicked off on Tuesday. And if you're anything like most families, everything's falling apart. Whether it's day 3 or school starts next week or the week after, or regardless of the circumstances of your family situation, today we're talking about what to do when you think you've got it together and then everything goes pear-shaped. The bottom falls out, the routine falls apart, the kids aren't playing, and everything's a mess. Today, we are going to give you 2 of the very best evidence-based, science-led strategies, big ideas to get the routine back on track. It's coming up next. Stay with us. G'day, welcome to the Happy Families podcast, where you get real parenting solutions every single day. This is Australia's most downloaded parenting podcast. We're so grateful that you're listening. We are Justin and Kylie Coulson, parents of 6 kids. I'm the author of 10 or 11 books about making family happier. And today it's something that we've reinvented this wheel. How many times, Kylie, over the last 26 years of sending kids to school?
Just when you think you've got it all worked out, there's a spanner every time.
Yeah. So because we don't want to overwhelm you, because you're probably already feeling overwhelmed, we've just refined our list of all the different things you can do to get back on track. I actually wanted to just make it a really short podcast and say, get back on track. But that's usually not considered to be really helpful for people who are saying, but I'm not on track. So two things that are going to make, I think, all the difference. These ideas come from some of the best researchers in the world. There's a whole lot of evidence underpinning them, and I think they're going to change the game for you. The first idea, I'm going to run with it, but I know that, Kylie, we've done some planning and you know where this is going. It's about identifying your real bottleneck. There's a guy called Eli Goldratt, and he's put together this thing called the theory of constraints. That's as geeky as I'm going to get, I promise. But what he basically says is every system has exactly one bottleneck, and that's going to limit your throughput. Now, once you fix that bottleneck, there'll be a new bottleneck appear, and you can start to work on that one. But just focus on the one major bottleneck that you've got. Fix that constraint, everything will start flowing. And unfortunately, what typically happens is that most families tend to attack not one bottleneck, but 10 small problems when they could and should just fix the one big one. The upshot of this really is that your routine is not falling apart everywhere.
It feels like it.
It feels like it, but it will be falling apart at one critical point. And if you can find that one critical point, fix that, everything downstream will start to flow.
A couple of questions that might help you discover where that bottleneck really is. So what time of day consistently creates chaos for you?
Yeah. So some families, it'll be when everyone comes.
Getting everybody out of bed?
Mornings.
It could be getting everybody to bed.
Yeah, right.
It could be getting everybody out the door. But what time?
Or when everyone comes home and it's just like,
What time creates the chaos?
Okay, that's question 1.
Number 2, what task, when it doesn't happen, causes everything else to derail?
Mm-hmm.
And the last one, what's the domino that when it falls, everything else goes with it?
Yeah, so when you say that, I straight away think of, like we've been talking about this for 18 years in our family. I still don't think we need this podcast. This is for us. It's dinner, right? Like if we don't get dinner on time, that's the domino. It doesn't fall.
What's the magic hour in our house for dinner?
About 4:30 p.m., 5 p.m. That would be my dream, but realistically 5 to 5:30. Yeah. And when do we normally have it, hun?
7:30.
Yeah, if we're lucky. So Kylie, say more about those most common bottlenecks. I think it's worth spending just another second on this.
Morning madness. Kids can't find what they need, whether it's shoes, homework, school bags, lunch boxes. That creates chaos. There's also after-school collapse. No clear transition from school to home. Bags are dumped. Homework's lost. Everyone's scattered. Kids are hungry. They don't know what to do with their time. What about bedtime battles? Kids not asleep on time. They're exhausted in the mornings. There's the cascade of failure as the day wears on. And then there's the parent bottleneck when you're trying to do everything for everyone.
Right. So you actually are the problem, which is so funny because you're blaming everyone else for being the problem. So the fix is really simple. Ruthlessly identify your one bottleneck. What's the one area that we need to improve? just track the week. Have a look at what's happened over the last few days. Where does the routine consistently break? Where are you yelling at the kids? I know some people are going to say everywhere, but there is going to be one thing, right? You're going to be like, yeah, morning.
I know I'm laughing, but it's actually because has been my life.
We've gone through this. We've literally done this. But for some families, it's going to be between 7 and 8 in the morning, and for others, it's going to be 7 and 8 at night, and for others, it's going to be between 3:30 and 4:30 in the afternoon, or when Dad gets home or when Mum gets home. Like you'll work it out, and then you want to engineer that constraint out of existence, which is what we did when we recognized that our biggest bottleneck was mornings. Like 6:30 through to 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning was bedlam, and we came up with a way to get that bottleneck gone.
With a concept we call your morning begins the night before.
Which basically means that
everything that you need to make sure that your morning runs smoothly actually needs to be done the night before.
Yep.
So you know exactly where your kid's uniform is, you know where their shoes are. Their school bag would be ideally packed, and lunch boxes, do as much of the packing as you can.
Know where the library bags
the night
are,
before.
the sports uniform, like just have it all done. And
goggles, swimming gear, whatever it is you need.
We went overboard, and we even got the kids to choose their breakfast and lunch for tomorrow.
Well, we had 6 kids, and trying to cater for all of their needs in the morning was chaotic.
Yeah, that's when we realised that mornings became magic, when we realised that your morning begins the night before. Fix the one thing that's breaking everything else. That will be the game changer for you. That's our big idea number one. If your mornings, your days, your routine is off the rails, we've got one more big idea right after this. We're back. It's the Happy Families podcast. Big idea number 2 for getting your routine back on track if everything's falling apart and we're only just starting the year. There's a guy called Barry Schwartz, and he wrote a book called The Paradox of Choice. Another researcher called Chip Heath. They've done a whole lot of study on something called decision architecture. So basically, every decision that you make costs you energy. And what researchers have discovered, I think this is fascinating, is that successful people are not making 100 good decisions every day. What they actually do is they eliminate as many decisions as possible by creating routines or patterns or defaults. And that way, they only have to make a handful of decisions, and they've got a whole lot more cognitive capacity to orient themselves towards the decisions that really matter.
Just before Christmas, we invested in getting a skylight calendar.
Yeah, okay, so
can I tell you?
This is not sponsored.
It's not.
But Kylie talks about this on almost every podcast now.
If I had that 18 years ago, my life would have been revolutionized.
Because you make the decision once and then you don't have to make it again.
It's amazing.
If you're not familiar with it, the skylight is basically this. When you put it on standby, it's a photo frame, a digital photo frame, so you can have all the photos going through it. But once you tap that screen, it's got your calendar, it's got your schedule, your task list, your meals, your recipes. It's got everything in it.
And you can literally just click the button and you can see what you're going to eat for the whole week.
And it's changed our life.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks.
And it's not sponsored, but we recommend it and we love it. And I still need to get in touch with them because we make a lot of noise about you make a lot of noise about how good this thing is. Anyway.
But this whole concept of eliminating so many choices so you're only making a handful, that's a really hard one for me.
Well, every decision drains willpower. Every decision creates friction. It's tension. It's, oh my goodness. Like every night, what are we going to have for dinner?
Oh, that's the worst question in the whole wide world.
So let's do some quick live maths on this. How many days are there in a typical school term?
Well, it's 10 weeks, so 50 days.
Okay, ish. Yep, close enough. Let's keep it round numbers. What's for breakfast?
Well, that's a daily decision. So that's another 50 decisions.
Okay, so that's 50 decisions about breakfast. And how many kids do we have?
6.
Okay, so that's 300 breakfast decisions, not including our own. Every single term. What's for dinner?
The same.
Okay, so there's another
300 decisions.
What time's bedtime? Where do I put my bags? Where do I put my shoes? What do I do about my homework? Like if there's no system, it's chaos. I would imagine that is literally thousands of unnecessary decisions in every single school term, probably in every single school week. And so if you're trying to make these decisions all the time, it's no wonder that your routine's falling apart, right? That's how this plays out.
So there's a couple of really easy fixes.
Yep.
That I hope will be helpful.
Well, it's really just one easy fix. Set up a default.
Okay, one.
Oh, okay, buy a skylight. There's your second one.
Do a breakfast rotation.
Yep.
You just know that every Monday you have this for breakfast. Every Tuesday you're going to have this.
Yeah, so you sit down with the kids and literally you say, what are your 5 favourite breakfasts? Or what are your 3? Like, you can have repeat breakfasts. You can have the same thing every day.
If you've got a kid who just wants to eat Weet-Bix every day, all to you. Amazing.
Yeah, great. But literally, you can either write out, here are your 5 choices. That does create choice tension overload in the morning sometimes. Or you can say, here's the schedule, which is what we've got on our planner now. It just says Monday it's this, Tuesday it's this, Wednesday it's this.
And nobody ever asks me anymore what we're eating.
But nobody fights about it either. They just look at it and they're like, I guess that's what I'm having. And if they don't feel like it, they're like, oh, well, I guess there's some other choices here that I can look at, right? Like it just simplifies it.
Pick a school that has a uniform and you don't have to make a choice about what they wear every day.
Which is practically every school in Australia. Like, how lucky are we there, right? Simple.
Find some after-school defaults.
Yep. So you're coming into land and you know where you're going to land and what's going to happen.
Where your school bag goes, what the ritual is and routine around coming home and unpacking.
Yeah, like as soon as you get home, you unpack your lunchbox and put it on the sink. You put your school bag, if you're lucky enough to have a mudroom, or in the corner or the laundry, wherever it goes. And then
maybe you have an afternoon snack and then you finish your homework or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know if that happens anymore with families, but
snacks?
I used to love it when I come home and my mum would have afternoon tea ready to go. I used to also love it when our kids came home from school and you had afternoon tea ready to go and I could walk into the kitchen and have my afternoon tea as well.
Yeah, so it wasn't about the kids, was it?
It wasn't. But this is great, right? Like you've got the routine, you've got the default. No one's saying, what should I do now? And you don't have the tension, you don't have the friction, you don't have the cognitive overload, you're not having decision fatigue. It's already decided. And you talked about the breakfast meal roster, Kylie. We've talked about this on the podcast a number of times. Monday night, Monday's Mexican, Tuesday's tacos, Wednesdays, I don't know, chicken and veg, or Thursdays.
Friday fish.
Yeah, fish Friday, weekend barbecue. Like the result is that you do the plan once on whatever planning day you have, maybe Sunday or Saturday, and then you don't have to think about it. And it's the same with bedtime. You pick it and there's a default. So decision-making is cognitively expensive. Barack Obama famously wore the same suit and tie every single day. Steve Jobs always wore the same outfit. And it wasn't because they didn't have the money for clothes. It's because they preserved their mental energy for decisions that actually mattered, because what they were wearing was going to be fine. Family routine falls apart because you're burning willpower on low-value repetitive decisions instead of creating a system that allows you just to make the decision once and then keep it on repeat. It's really that simple.
I know you're trying to be really serious right now, but I'm thinking about Barack and Steve and the fact that they wore the same outfit every day.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about that box of family photos that you've got and you're trying to kind of date them by the things that they wear. Oh my goodness, I'd be so lost.
It's not going to work. All right, hopefully that helps you to get the routine back on track if things have gone haywire, like my wordage right now, if things have gone haywire for you already this year. The Happy Families podcast is produced by Justin Rulon from Bridge Media. Mim Hammonds provides research admin and all of our other support. And for more info to make your family happy and to get the support you need, check out happyfamilies.com.au.